Welcome back, peeps and creeps. Here you are on the Back and Forth Show. I'm your host, King K.
I'm Westlow.
And today, we are back with beautiful smiles, bright eyes. Kind of cloudy outside, but it is what it is. We got a special guest with us today.
Please state your full name, sir.
My name is Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Last name doesn't need to be in it.
There you go.
That's fine. You want to throw out YouTube, anything? Instagram?
You can get at me at Snoop_EBS.
Okay.
No.
Is that on all platforms or just Instagram?
On Instagram, Facebook. People who know me, go on my government and you'll see my Facebook.
You got a Facebook?
Mm-hmm. A lot of
Did
friends.
you ask me that you put
I got a lot
Facebook?
of friends too. I mean,
But you didn't even add me.
I didn't even know I had a Facebook.
Heck.
So we're back at you guys with a new episode, new content for you guys during this crazy pandemic. We hope that all of you are staying safe and being smart, social distancing, wearing your mask if you're going out, and of course washing your hands as you should be doing that, period.
Yeah.
And brushing your teeth and using mouthwash and floss. A lot of people don't do that for some other reason. Yes, those are important. Yes,
Just
Lysol, Lysol, where have you been? We haven't heard a statement. You guys haven't been.
That is so
money.
true.
Where have you?
Lysol,
and Mr. Clean
I'm about to
and
say,
Clorox. Where have you guys
they
been?
are gone. They like, look, just
When the
sell
world
the
needed the
stuff.
most, they vanished.
They're like, look, just sell the stuff. Mr. Clean, like, we still making money. They just go, shing. But yeah, you guys, of course, we're gonna jump right into it. You know how we are. First off, welcome back, because I remember you from last time. No, you back there in the back. I remember you. All right, first topic is some good topics.
We're focusing a little bit on the youth now.
Yep.
And we're gonna talk about something. We're gonna be doing a little deep diving into the idea of family.
Yeah.
The topic is: do kids deserve apologies from their parents? It's a big controversial topic. A lot of people think that they don't, because that's a child, you shouldn't have to, and a lot of people say that they should. My fellow colleagues, if I may start, or do one of you?
Yeah, sure, go right ahead. No, I'll let you take that one off.
I definitely believe, 100% believe, kids deserve apologies from their parents. That is important. Yes, that's a child. I mean, I don't want to say for little things you don't have to, but I want to say, like, use your common sense. If you know it's more emotional or a little bit more serious, you should definitely apologize to your kids. Let them know what apologizing is, because they learn from you. So if you don't apologize to them, they won't learn what apologizing is. Helps learn the manners. And it just kind of goes into, especially for black young men, it's good to teach men, to be emotional. That can be and is important.
Yeah.
I feel as though to a certain extent that kids deserve an apology from their parents, depending on how they act from the beginning or before the apology, or how they act during the chastising. But on the other hand, I feel as though they should too, because they should, because of the fact of they really have no choice on coming here. And
Very true.
Yeah, it's nothing too wrong, with an apology. Parents just had too much pride.
Yeah.
You know? Pass it. All right.
Mr. King K.
Just to kind of bounce off where he is, I do feel like that parents should apologize. To both of them, to a certain extent. Yes, you do owe your kids an apology. No, you don't owe your kids an apology for everything. I feel like if there is something that could affect the child in the long run, let them know now.
Yeah.
Or if it's too late, apologize. They're going to be mad at you, but apologize for the things that you did, such as prime example off the top of my head. Let's say you found out that we talked about this. Let's say you found out that you're 18 years old and the man that you thought for 18 plus years, I'm going to say that because a lot of parents have passed and the kid is 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, thinking that, this is my father, but it's really not. And then the mother's sitting there like, hey, hey, what? Where's the dad? Like, who's this guy? So certain things, things of that nature. Yes, something to that certain extent. Apologize. Let the kid know, listen, mommy was a hoe.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Mommy was human. Nope. Sorry about that, kids.
If you are 13 and you don't know who your dad is, call me. It might be me. No, but no.
Run.
I know I'm going to. No, but seriously, if a child has, or your child was touched, whatever, by a family member, and you knew about it, certain things, again, swept underneath the rug. You know this is going to come out in the future. Apologize to your child.
Yes.
You spilled your son's milk. You ain't gotta apologize to him. You broke his favorite game controller. Buy him a new one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's an apology right there.
Yeah, exactly. So certain things, yes, you and your husband or you and your
spouse, partner.
Yeah, you and your as parents, you're fighting in front of the kid. You can't apologize for that, but you can walk your child through it. Certain things, certain traumatic things in life you can apologize for,
or they can learn from at the same time.
That too, learn who to deal with. But then again, the parent has to know. Say if the female is getting beat up by the male, the female can't teach the male to look for the right female because she has not found the right male.
But I mean, he could look at the point of view and see how it's going and see that that's the wrong way to go.
Yeah, and a lot of males will get their mother out of those, like, yo, man, ma, look, I'm in school, this, that, and the third. You don't need him for nothing, type thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to All American. All American. You ever seen All American on Netflix?
Yeah.
That was a good movie. Though he went to Beverly Hills, his father came in and out of his life. He did what he had to do. So again, even to that point, she says, "Listen, I'm not gonna apologize for nothing because I did what I was supposed to do and did right by you." So certain things she did apologize for, such as keeping his coach from. Did you see the movie? Okay, but there's a portion where his coach helped him out get up to Beverly Hills. They was from Crenshaw. And yeah, everything just kind of unfolded, but folded right back as it should. Even with his father and the coach being best friends, it went down a lot.
Nice.
So with
recommend All American.
Yes, definitely
Please
All
watch
American. And if we can, Dangerous Lies, I think that's what it's called. That was pretty good too.
There you go.
I thought he was
that Mark
exploiting.
Wahlberg new movie was good too.
Okay.
With the dude from that played in Black Panther was in it.
Oh, okay.
Me and Asia watched it the other day. I can't really give it this call, but yeah.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah, when he
the
was
new
in
Mark
jail,
Wahlberg. Yeah, the new Mark Wahlberg movie. It was good. He's
watch
he's
that,
becoming the new
What's the name of it?
I forgot.
What's the
But
name of it?
it's on that. They in front of a school bus, I believe.
Last Stand? No, not Last. It's something like that. But you'll see it. It's literally like on the front of Netflix as soon as you log in.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go look at that. But yeah, you gotta check out All American.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't mind touch. That actually covers a couple topics that just covers life, period. So yeah, certain things, parents, you need to apologize to your child. If not, if you know that apology later on down the line is gonna make things worse, then you need to rip off the Band-Aid now. Yeah. Okay, so if your child is coming to you saying this, that, and the third, or I found out that I got another brother who lives in California and his name is something with the same last name, we got another Harrington out there. Explain to them as you're going along. Explain to them now.
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier.
It won't hurt as bad, and then it won't mess up your relationship in the future. Second topic, want to roll right into that one. Of course, you guys know that we're still dealing with Corona, of course, hit pretty much everywhere. And a lot of people here in the United States are unemployed. Now, the unemployment rate has gone up. Unemployment. If you are making $275 as a waitress at the Waffle House, baby girl, especially the one up in Aberdeen, shout out to Tiffany. Baby, you're coming home with $725. Go for it. Unemployment is given $600 extra?
And an additional, I believe, $600 for every week that you didn't work. So like whatever you would get normally, and then it's an additional $600 on top of that. Might be stipulations with that. You can definitely check it out on the website. But yes.
Okay.
So get on that file, get into your web card, get that in there, get your phone interview through if you have to get that done, because it's been wait lists and stuff. Yeah. But yes, it is there for those who have been unemployed for any amount of time. If it's been a day, 2 days, 1 day, half a day, get your money.
And unemployment is called unemployment for a reason. You can't get comfortable with being on unemployment.
Speak.
You can't get comfortable with it.
Speak. Let the youth say so.
The more you get comfortable and then they tear you off, what are you going to bounce back on? How are you going to make your money?
Because I think he's playing on unemployment up to 2 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Max.
Yeah, because you can pull out of it, if you've been, on it for too long. But
yeah, that's if you can't get a job or you just
lazy.
When you fall on hard times, that's what it's supposed to be for. But nonetheless, And if you still need any resources, please hit up me or King K. We still have eviction services links. We do have I know my personal friend of mine who's a lunch lady, and almost after they finish serving the kids and stuff in the neighborhood, they literally have extra food that they throw away that they even tell people and let them know. Yes, if you know anyone who has food, let us know. So hit us up, guys. If you need any resources, we got you.
So I actually have definitely hit me up. I have some places of schools in neighborhoods. Certain schools in neighborhoods are doing lunches and little box lunches and stuff for the kids that are people, whatever. If you can't afford a school lunch, if you can't afford a lunch right now, or whatever the case may be, they can feed you with small things. I want to get your opinion on something really quickly. Since you couldn't really comment on the unemployment rate, how do you feel about the proposal being passed of $2,000 being given to anybody over the age of 16?
I mean, I feel as though it's good for certain people who know how to invest their money, but it's also bad at the same time because it gets a lot of kids. A lot of kids are already comfortable with not having a job. So it has a lot of kids thinking that, okay, our premature minds, we think like, okay, I got a lot of money here, which is really not a lot of money because nobody's paying bills at that age.
True.
But it has a lot of kids thinking that they got a lot of money when they really don't, and it's gone like that, and then they're looking silly. So
yeah, I feel like they should bump that up to at least 18. I would say. Yeah. At least then
you know what you.
Not even that. At least you're in something that the money be worth it because you either live on your own by then or you going into school. You'll be able to use it for something. Or because school don't got me like traditional. It can be trade. Yeah. You can be going to the army.
So it would only last for a year, I think a year or the length of the pandemic or something. One of the other. It's the same thing with the free rent. Remember we talked about the free rent mortgage? All right, so it would be the same thing with that one. Closing out, it was one more I wanted to get your opinion on, but closing out, how do you feel, starting with you, as far as, and we just spoke on this, how do you feel as a youth, either being the product of a young parent or being the young parent? That's a two-part.
Alright, being the product of a young parent, I feel as though it's kind of tough, coping or learning with the environment outside, especially if you're in depending on what environment you in, it's kind of hard coping or learning on your own or learning with your parent because she's still learning at the same time. So I mean, it could be a blessing or it could be a curse at the same time, so you would never know depending on the person or where they grew up at.
Okay.
Now being a young parent, I feel as though it's not a good route to go because you're still learning, your mind's still developing.
Okay.
And Lord knows what could goes on through those times like of your youngness. You don't know what could go on. I feel as though it'll be bad too. It's not a good route to go. If it happens, then it happens. You just gonna have to do what you gotta do.
Facts.
But that's not a good route to go. You know what I'm saying?
If you have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a clutch, like don't. Which I mean, if you're ready for it, you're ready for it. But
if you're not, don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Your opinion on it?
I feel like so. I would say kids who probably do have young parents probably not always have rough, but there are like certain challenges that do come with it, as Jordan did say. Because sometimes you may feel like you're growing up with them, and they learn other things. But I have seen a lot of people who did have their parents and them are at close in age, but it just still turned out fine. And that dynamic still stayed there of like parent and child. So I guess it just depends on the individual.
Okay.
And for going into it, like as I said, knowingly you shouldn't do that. You're still growing. You're still a child yourself. And people gotta remove this like kind of stigma when it comes to ages, where it's like, oh, when you like 23 or 24 that you're grown, that you're like, all jokes aside, that's what I'm saying. You're really not. Like even when you are like almost 30 years, still like you're still almost like, I want to say you're not a pre-adult, but you're still not even almost there. Like
that's yeah.
The whole like
when you're in your prime, like 30.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like 30 is like your prime. So like when you're in your 20s, you're a young still. So like at least you shouldn't. I feel
still
like
having fun.
Exactly. Or at least just put it like this: as long as you're established. My bingo book, the way I always like kind of like look at it with life, until you can take care of you times two, like you, and imagine if you cloned yourself And if you can take care of, if you yourself can take care of you and yourself, then I feel like that's when you know you kind of ready for kids at that point, because you can literally take care of a whole other person, which that's what having kids is.
Yeah.
Like, really, Google how much it is to have a baby in the hospital and see how much you better hope your insurance covers.
Yeah, sir, because it's not cheap.
It's not.
And females
It's
be
not.
popping them out. Pop, 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 pop. It's like the 4th of July.
You,
Anyway,
sir?
I feel, all right, so as far as young parents, I feel like if you do have a choice, don't be a young parent. However, if you're prepared for it, go for it. 2 things, good, or pros and cons of being a young parent. The pros would being you get to grow with your child. You get to experience, that's kind of both ways. You get to experience things, as your child grows along. You get to be a little more connected. Most of the time you get to be a little more connected with your child because, again, you're learning, but you're teaching as they're learning and they're teaching you. So the child is teaching you how to be a better parent just in case another one comes along. That's just like the notion of if you have 3 kids, your oldest child is going to be your mess up, where you mess up everything with your child. Lock your kid in the car once or twice, leave your kid in the house by themselves at a young age. Yeah.
Right.
Your second child is going to be your test run.
Right.
Let me see. I didn't do this one with my first child, but I can do this one with this child. Then your third child is either way you get it right or you just completely miss.
Right.
And then you have your old child is your troublemaker. Your middle child is your demon, and then your sweetest is your young, something like that. I've heard that a couple times because I'm fitting right in because I'm a middle child and the oldest on my father's side, middle child on my mother's side, and I fit both categories.
I'm the
However,
youngest and the oldest.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
You are, because you daddy youngest.
And
Jasmine is.
no.
Jasmine younger than you.
Right.
Okay.
Right. No, I'm the youngest out of the boys.
Out of the boys, yeah.
But
Right.
like, yeah.
So you get to grow with your child. However, the fact that the cons would be you have to grow up with your child.
Yeah.
So there's no clubs that don't have babysitters. I'm starting one. Yeah. Club upstairs, they get out of the bottom. It's no outings, date nights. Going on dates would be like if you have a child that's not the same person that you're like, okay, if you're a baby mother, I'm gonna throw it out there. If you're a baby mother or a baby father, y'all not in a relationship together, which means you start dating. Having a child at a young age, as dating, you would have to kind of start throwing that in like, hey, I have a kid. Because if you and I are dating and I found out you have a kid, I might not want to deal with your kid and vice versa. So that's the downsides or the cons of it. Second, if, again, like I said, you in school, your child's in school. Your child's in elementary, middle school, you in college, let's hope. Or you're just finishing up college, so now oh, well, baby, I'm still fresh. You have a fresh mind to where you can pull your child, oh, you just learned core math, or math the long way. Cool.
Right.
We did that. I know about that. Let me show you this way or show you what I learned. You're teaching me the new math, because if I have a son right now and a daughter right now, they're going to have to teach me the new math. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I got
Yes,
nieces
they
that are
will.
homeschooled, and I'm just like, 2 + 2 ain't 4 no more? What? When the hell that become 9?
Yeah, the new math.
Yeah, you gotta do it the long way. I did do it the long way. I stood it upside down. 2 + 2, 4. You want me doing horizontal and
horizontal, vertical.
vertical, whatever. I did it all the ways I could, and I was to it. But no, seriously, yeah. So those are the pros and cons of being a new parent. But again, if you guys can prevent it, don't do it. If you have a choice, take you out.
Don't do it.
Preach.
Anybody want to shout anything out? We good?
Shout out to all the good Samaritans, all the good citizens, the good-minded teenagers that grow up in, poverty-stricken situations. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the good moms, the good fathers. Everybody that's good, shout out to you guys.
Okay, from the youth.
Yeah. Thank you, Jordan.
Want to shout anybody out?
Just be safe, everyone. Keep trucking on, and yeah, that's it from Westlow.
Okay. I got one major shout out. Shout out to the state of Washington. They have just received, and I want you guys to pay attention to this. They had just received their first gay, black, disabled immigrant judge. Now, if that's not enough for you, that's enough for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they came along. People came a long way.
Not only is she black, and she literally have all the stigmas against her that Trump pretty much hates. She's black, she's gay, she's disabled, and she's an immigrant. She's not, I don't know if she has any physical disabilities, but the headline did say that she is disabled, and they list those things. So, Miss, I forgot your name, and I do apologize. I will get it in the next video. Shout out to you. Keep pushing through.
Yes. You are the woman.
To everybody that's watching this video, never let anybody take you away from your dreams. Never let anybody put a shadow over where your sunshine should be bright. Okay? Never let anybody turn you or deter you from where you want to go in life. The life is yours to choose. God gave you this life. Whoever your creator is, he gave you this life for you to live it. Live it the best way that you can. With that being said, God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. With who shall ever believeth him shall not perish but have everlasting life. You guys, you know what it is. The Back and Forth Show. We love you guys, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.
There you go.